RoadRoota.com with your morning Horn of Z's. Horn of Z's, your sip of decaffeinated tea. Yes, it is day 4 of the 21-day reboot. Feeling great, feeling good. I remember all the days I felt bad. I feel good now. It's going well over here. I hope everybody who's doing it, I hear over 400 people are doing it. That's awesome. Keep it up. By now, you're probably starting to get the caffeine headaches. Your system is purging itself of all the crap. So there's going to be a little discomfort for the next few days. I went through it the last couple days because I went off caffeine a little earlier. If you join late, you can always join. You can start this thing anytime you want. Go to Raw 21 Reboot, sign up for the blog posts, and you can start whenever you want. It's 3 weeks. 1 week of eating raw food, 1 week of eating raw smoothies. We all like smoothies, and 1 week of eating raw juice. That's it. That's easy. Can you go 21 days without drinking booze? Bitcoin. Hey, if Bitcoin Ben can do it, anybody can do it, right? I think he's going strong. I'm sure he feels better already. Well, he's got the caffeine. I don't know if he's doing no nicotine or not. I have to check in with him. But we will be playing in Salt Lake City. I will be singing. Bitcoin Ben will be talking with his beautiful speeches on how to make money in crypto, how to work in the crypto industry. Bitcoin Ben. Everybody who follows Road to Roota should be following Bitcoin Ben as well. I listen to him every day. He gets up earlier than I do because he's in the middle of America. Somewhere in the middle of America. All right, so keep it up, raw food reboot people. Sushi is acceptable in the Amy version. Oh, not sushi, excuse me. Sashimi, because it's raw. Raw fish is acceptable. Some people say, oh, you can't eat raw fish. The Japanese live the longest, right? They eat raw fish. Anyway, so check it out, Raw Food Reboot, and congratulations to everybody. I do have some news also. I have posted the latest Friday road trip. I cannot talk about certain things on YouTube right now. They are shadow banning me. They are demonetizing every video I do now because I'm linking up the manipulation of the markets to the war situation and the repos. And they don't like that. They can't handle it. I've had two videos that were demonetized and shadow banned. And I always know with the shadow ban, I know how many people watch my videos. So I'm going to have to go onto the private road for those and onto Patreon. Patreon, I'm going to do 1 video a week, private road 2 to 3. So I'm going to do a little less on YouTube because I got to make a living, right? Think about joining the private road. Today's is called Deep Dive into Repos and Rigging. Private road, it costs less than $1 a day. Much less than $1 a day if you count that you get a silver Roota coin and a Veritasium token. Both of them could blow up at any moment to surprise the world and pay for your subscription. So go to roadtoroota.com, subscribe today, and you will get access to the private road videos, which there'll be a lot more of and a lot less on YouTube these days. Unfortunately, during this time of Gestapo clampdown on Road to Roota. Again, we've been through this before. We'll go through it again. There's my Horn of Z's mug. I love this mug. The other side says Road to Roota. We gave these away for a while. I like that. Maybe I'll bring them back as part of the private road membership. They're great mugs. They're really sturdy and big, and I love them. Anyway, what I want to do today is go over, first of all, this. Price of silver. I've had people say, oh my God, Bix, when's it going to happen? When's silver going to... Silver is about patience. The market riggers turned a bull market into an artificial bear market in 2011. They did that by driving the price up from $20, $25 to $50 and then slamming it back down and holding it down. I am not just making this up. That is what the entire JP Morgan rigging operation was doing. That is exactly why Bart Chilton came out and said JP Morgan was rigging the silver market. That's exactly why more than half their precious metal traders are now in deep doo-doo with the Department of Justice, some up on RICO charges, meaning racketeering charges. They can't even name the bank, even though every trader has been identified as a JP Morgan trader. It is J.P. Morgan that did this. Now, did they have the wink and the nod from the U.S. government and the regulators? Absolutely. Is it completely criminal? Absolutely. Does every country in the world who is the enemy of the United States know this now? Absolutely. What would it take for Iran, Iraq, China, Russia, Venezuela to buy up all the remaining physical silver and completely destroy the bad guys, the bad guy riggers, JP Morgan and friends? It won't take much. Although that won't be allowed on the COMEX. They'll have to shut the COMEX down, which I believe they will do, along with the LBMA. But the LBMA doesn't matter because it's not an exchange. It's a market association with a few hand-picked traders deciding the price every day of silver, and then saying they transfer over 130 billion ounces of silver every year. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. The problem is people have become complacent. They say, oh yeah, that's normal. That's not normal. It's fraud to help rig the price of silver, because silver is the most important metal on planet Earth. Without silver, our life changes completely. Without gold, nothing changes. Without silver, everything changes. Huge use in industrial applications, because it's the best. It's the best at almost everything. Most reflective. Electricity and silver, zoom, right through it. If we could use silver in every electrical outlet, it would be amazing. Over every wire, because electricity runs fast through silver. The best conductor of electricity on planet Earth. And we use it up. And we consume it because we break it into little pieces. We all know this story, right? So of course they have to rig it. Now they're in a huge problem. If you don't listen to Ted Butler, listen to Ted Butler. The big commercials aren't covering because they can't. They're short. It's over 1 billion ounces that they're short. Right now they're sitting on losses of over $5 billion, gold and silver. At the end of the year, $5 billion. They got to book that. Or figure out a way to derivatize it out. I can't wait for the OCC to post the latest derivative numbers for the fourth quarter, because it's going to be crazy. Huge shifts and moves. Interest rates because of repos, gold and silver because they had to rig the market. Our regulators, the CFTC, the SEC, the Trump administration, the Treasury, and the Fed, completely criminal. It's so embarrassing to live in a country that rigs the market so much in every corner of the world. And people tell me, Bix, why do you like Alan Greenspan so much? I don't. He invented something that enabled them to rig the markets for as long as they want. Computer programs, electronic money was all invented by Alan Greenspan and friends. Insane. I don't like him at all, but I know what he was doing. He was putting in practice an economic theory called On the Road to the Golden Age from the 1960s. If you want to get back to a gold standard, run the monetary system as long and hard, the unbacked fiat system, as long and hard as possible, soaking up all the benefits of unbacked fiat money. Build your roads, your army, your navy, your space force. How many trillions, probably quadrillions of dollars has gone into the space force? Yes, we do have a space force. Not ever since Trump said it. We've had it. Get yourself some night vision goggles. I got the Russian PS3 or 7 or something like that. You can see it flying around every night. Some are U.S. I would imagine most of them are U.S. other than the off-planet stuff. I'm not bullshitting you. Get yourself some of the goggles. If you're at all doubting that there's life other than what we know of, get yourself some of those goggles. Yes, they're expensive, $3,000-$4,000. I got mine off this Ed Grimsley. Oh my God. I met him in the middle of the night up in above Napa in Calistoga. And I don't know, he's like ex-military, he was a sniper, but he got his hands on some Russian military goggles and was able to see stuff at night. And back then, he died quite a while ago. But so I met him at this Mexican restaurant. He's like grizzly, just everything you'd imagine from a grizzled old CIA spy operative guy. Big beard. I'm like, oh shit, I might die. And so I buy the goggles off him in cash. He goes, okay, let me take you out into a field and show you how to use it. So we go out to this field where there's no light. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing out here? And he's like, here you go. Here's how you use it. And look over in that direction. And it took a couple minutes. I'm sitting there looking at it. It's really cool just seeing the stars because you can see almost, it basically takes all the light and pulls it in. So I'm looking at all the stars. And he goes, you don't see anything? Give me the glasses. He looks up. He's like, okay, right here. Watch that point right over there. I watched that point, and I can see the stars, and then there's two little lights that look like stars, but they're moving like literally like this in formation. I'm like, what the hell is that? He goes, those are two that are out on patrol. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, look, those aren't satellites. They're not airplanes. And you could tell. I mean, you could tell an airplane, and you could see some people say, no, it's just bugs. It's not bugs, because you can see bugs right in formation. I go, okay, this is going to be fun. So I've seen the triangle craft. I've seen the cigar craft. I've seen squadrons of they're like V-shaped craft squadrons, like 10, 20 flying. Amy saw these three that were going like this and then shot off in three different directions, one up and two to the side. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. I don't know how I got off on this tangent. There's a lot of stuff I can't talk about anymore, unfortunately, if I want to post these videos on YouTube. So now is the time to join the road to Roota. I'll be talking about all the stuff I can't talk about. And you get the coin and you get the Veritasium. You can't beat it. Anyway, this is Bix, roadtoRoota.com. Talk to you later.